Does the thought of AI make you just want to go back to bed and pull the covers over your head? If so, I know what you mean. So, whether you've embraced it or you're still sitting on the sidelines, one thing's for sure: AI is here to stay. So, now the question is, which tool or tools should you be using? Should you be having the free ones or paid? And how will you use it in your online business? Well, this week we are going to tackle all of those and more in this episode of Creatives on Fire. Hello, my creative friend. Welcome to Creatives on Fire. Are you oh so tired of the constant struggle to keep up on social media? Do you wish you had more time freedom to actually be creative? Well, listen, I'm Melanie Ferguson, a creative business coach and multi-six-figure online creative business owner who's made so many mistakes growing my blog and social media to hundreds of thousands of followers, only to look up and have very little to show for it. Once I put my head down and added a few key systems and strategies, everything changed for me. In this podcast, I'll be sharing my proven systems and shortcuts, turning those followers into paying customers. So if you're ready, let's take your online business to the next level and leave all the overwhelm behind. Welcome back to the podcast. This week, we're going to dive into all things AI, or artificial intelligence, for those of you who are totally new to the game. What we're going to talk about what I use it for in my business and how to avoid that overwhelm factor, that thing we talked about, wanting to go back to bed and pull the covers over our heads. So we're going to specifically discuss AI tools like my favorites, Jasper AI and ChatGPT, and explore their potential when it comes to content creation and how they're different. I'm also going to include here in the show notes a free list of helpful AI prompts for bloggers. So let's dive in. First of all, we're going to start with ChatGPT. It is the most popular AI tool out there, and it's really what got people really buzzing and talking about AI. It's free to use, which is pretty amazing, and it can be helpful in a ton of ways. So I'm going to share with you guys my top 5 ways to use ChatGPT. There's a million ways, but we're trying to reduce the overwhelm here. So I love to use it for outlines, blog outlines, any type of outlines, just to kind of get me started on a subject. I use it for tables and charts. I use it for social captions, complete with emojis and hashtags. I use it to analyze my different platforms so that I have a really good hold on my audience for building engagement and growth. And I love to use it for research. Research is probably one of my favorite ways to use ChatGPT. So ChatGPT builds on each chat. So you'll want to start out when you're in ChatGPT by sharing with it your brand voice, telling it what you're about, giving it something to go off of. If you have a blog, you're going to want to feed it your homepage or your about page and tell them this is kind of where I want to base my content with you. Now, another thing about ChatGPT is that it only goes up to around a couple years back as far as content. It's only good as the content it's given. So it goes up to about September of 2021, give or take. So it is free, but there is also a paid version. So I pay about $20 a month so that I can have zero downtime and access to new tools. That's really all that gives you. So if you're just starting out, I really don't think that you just need to do the paid version, but you certainly can. Now, let's chat real quick about Jasper. Jasper is a paid tool. They do have a 7-day free trial. But listen, it is amazing. I've used Jasper for a couple of years, and it was way before ChatGPT's time. So it is more up to date and accurate. I love to use it for these top 5 ways. All right. I use it for templates. It has templates for anything and everything you want to do. And what I mean by that, it literally will have the prompts already set up for you to ask it. So, how to do um, descriptions for social media, and it has all the platforms. It's crazy pants. You'll have to go play with it because does have a free trial. I'll put the link in the show notes as well. I like to use it secondly to do all of my rewrites. So while I might start a prompt over in ChatGPT just to get started, it's super important that we don't use raw information straight from ChatGPT unless it's for something like our social media, which it's fine if you are not going to rewrite your social media captions from ChatGPT. But if you're trying to rank for a blog post or something a little more crucial, you're definitely going to want to have rewrites. So I have Jasper rewrite my content to sound more like blank, whatever the mood is. It might be rewrite this blog post to sound more like Martha Stewart or more like something snarky. So you just want to give it really, really detailed information as to how you want it to rewrite it for you. Now, also, my third favorite way to use Jasper is the Chrome extension. So, Jasper has this little Chrome extension that once you're a monthly subscription member, you can download and add to your Chrome. So, this is perfect when you are mid writing a paragraph and you're stuck. Have you ever done that? Have you been mid writing, or even just you write your first couple words and you're like, writer's block, enter the building? Well, this is what the Chrome extension's for. You literally tap on it and it starts writing content based on what was already written. And you can say, no, I don't like that, or try that again. It's really stinking awesome. All right. And then the fourth way I like to use Jasper is product descriptions on my roundup posts. So I don't do as many of these anymore, and we'll go into that in a minute. But I do a weekly post about some products like that I find that are my favorites, say on Amazon. And each one is better served for SEO if you write a little description. And I love that Jasper has one of those templates that says product description. It literally knows exactly how many characters I want it to be and exactly what I'm looking for. I love product descriptions. And then the fifth way is a solid intro and conclusion paragraph. So while ChatGPT can give us a great outline, they can get us started. ChatGPT can do the stats, the charts, the tables, all the good nitty gritty. When it comes to actually writing content that matches your brand voice and is not going to be a duplicate of every single other person in the universe that types that prompt into ChatGPT, Jasper AI is your answer. And they have templates already set up for you to do a solid intro and conclusion paragraph. So, Jasper. I guess that's what it's called that I use because I use Chat and Jasper. It's Jasper. So Jasper's more. There I go. Sorry, y'all. Jasper is more up to date than ChatGPT. It has built in prompts ready to go, plus a chat feature just like ChatGPT if you prefer that. You can add team members, and your brand voice is already a part of your account. So once you set it up, it is in there for good. Whereas with ChatGPT, you need to actually remind it of your brand voice each new chat that you create. So with Jasper, there's no starting over each time from scratch. It is paid. It's about $49 a month. So if you're a serious blogger and you are going to be putting out some serious content and you need to make sure that you rank for that content, I definitely would recommend paying for an extra tool like Jasper. And I will put my affiliate link in the show notes for you guys. All right, so let's talk about real quick leveraging your AI for social media. We talked about blogging. Let's talk about social media. These tools can just be game changers in streamlining your content creative process. They automate all of your repetitive tasks, you guys, like Just even this podcast alone, I don't know if my listeners, if any of you have a podcast or are dreaming of having a podcast, but AI can be your best friend. It's going to take your downloaded transcript of everything you said in the episode and create your podcast show notes for you. Sure, you'll have to tweak them a little bit, but goodness gracious, boy, does that help. You can even tell it how many characters you want to keep it to, how many words you want to keep it to. It's great for writing a YouTube video description. Oh my gosh, you guys, when I first started YouTube, I was just writing like a sentence like, "Oh, I hope you'll love watching how to make this." I didn't know it's really great. They give you a ton of character space there in the description, and it is gold to be able to do SEO rich content because YouTube is a search engine. So I love using these AI tools to write me a really solid SEO rich YouTube specific description. Um, and you can also use it to bust out an Instagram caption. I love using it for that, complete with, like I said, emojis and hashtags. You tell it exactly the character limit so that it doesn't go over that amount. And it's going to save you so much time and effort. So while these tools can help you with your content creation, scheduling, batching, optimizing what times you should post, analyzing your audience engagement, as well as your overall marketing, you guys, it can be super overwhelming. I'm very guilty of falling into the overwhelm trap. I'm telling you. But I will share with you a couple of tips to avoid overwhelm. Okay, so for me, I want to say you just don't want to try to use AI for everything all at once. I know it's tempting because you're super excited, like, I can use it for this and I can use it for this and this and this. But I want to share with you that you might want to pull in the reins and start with one shortcut at a time. So choose what you're going to use it for. Are you going to use it to just start out with Instagram captions? If so, I would recommend making that part of your process. Okay, I'm going to create carousel posts on Monday, and then I'm going to have it do the description with hashtags for that. Work with your tool of choice until it feels totally natural to open it up and use it for that particular item. All right. Once you're comfortable and it doesn't feel like something extra, but it actually feels like the magic that it is, then you can start with another shortcut. So, say you get really comfortable with using it for your Instagram. Now, maybe you're going to start using it for YouTube, or maybe you're going to start using it for your blogging. Okay, but I would totally recommend just keeping tunnel vision and using it for one thing at a time until you're super comfortable with it, because there is a learning curve. You don't want to go into your normal work frustrated. So trust me, but once you get the hang of it, you are going to fall in love. Let's chat really quickly about the future of AI. So the new way that AI will show up on page one of Google will affect our blog traffic, period. This doesn't mean that you should quit or maybe not even get started with blogging. It simply means to be aware, be strategic, blog smart. This is what I'm doing about it. I am beefing up my Pinterest game because Pinterest drives a ton of my blog traffic. Any creative blog, that should be the case. Fewer roundup posts where there's topics that are easily searched and found on Google, those I'm kind of scaling back on, because if you can type something into Google, it's highly likely they're going to serve that up on page one and they may never get to your blog, right? I don't really want to spend a lot of time on posts that don't require a personal opinion or perspective. So the more creative, which is what we're good at, the better. Getting more creative and pushing out as much new content as I'm comfortable with producing without a struggle. So I definitely want to make sure that I'm producing a high level of content on a regular basis that is super creative and requires my perspective or my opinion. And I think that those, coupled with totally upping the Pinterest game is going to completely AI proof your blog. And you don't have to proof it. It's just going to definitely make sure that you don't feel that little hit that we're going to see at the end of 2024 or by the end of 2024 with all of the new AI that's coming into play. So just to be aware, like I said, be strategic and blog smart. Now, let's wrap this up. Let me ask you, have you embraced AI yet in your online business? What do you use it for? Share your thoughts and ideas with me over inside of our free Facebook group. I link it in the show notes below every single episode, so be sure to join us there. And don't forget to download your free copy of AI Prompts for Bloggers while you're at it. My experience so far with AI has been amazing. The key, as is with anything new, is to take it slow. Once you see where it fits best in your business, I think you're going to be on cloud nine. I think you're going to fall in love. Don't forget, you guys, to leave me a voice message with your questions, concerns, or ideas over on my Speak Pipe. It is always linked here in the show notes as well as over on the blog. I'm super grateful for you, for your continued listening support. And don't forget to tell a friend about the podcast and make their day. So until next time, my friend, stay creative. Thank you so much, my friend, for tuning in each and every week. If you learned something new or were inspired from today's episode, I would be incredibly grateful if you would take a minute and just leave a review. Bonus points if you share this episode by screenshotting it and tagging me on social at Creatives on Fire Podcast. I'll share you in my stories when you do. In the meantime, keep rocking your business, and I'll meet you back here next Tuesday. And don't forget, no one else will ever be you, and that is your creative superpower.